YouTube.
Can't hear you. I'm still on this.
Do you remember? You please. YouTube. Good evening. Good evening. Buenas noches. Buenas noches. ¿Cómo están? ¿Cómo están? Wagwan, people out there. Good evening. Good evening. Donna Thomas. Hi. Good evening. How are you? Welcome. Drew, can you please turn it down for me a little bit, the volume? Or put your headphones on, please. Let's see. Good evening, guys. Shaitai, good night. How are you? I'm gonna go ahead and stick this thing in the comment. Just in case anyone want to reach out to me, say hello. Hope you guys are having a wonderful evening this evening. Hope the week has been productive so far. Good deal. Happy to hear it. All right, so this evening I wanted to touch base on a topic. It's one of these topics I think they're like it's one of those here and there topics. The other day I came downstairs and I'm looking at my kids and I realized that they're on the screens. And they were on the screens for a few hours. And I realized that not even to eat, they don't want to get off the screens. So I'm just like, wow, what could the screens have, that's keeping them so attached to it? So I was saying, well, okay, let's see how long it goes. A few hours went by, they don't get hungry. So I'm looking at them and I'm like, wow, they're still not eating. They're still not concerned about the screens. So that's why tonight I wanted to put this question out there. Do you guys feel that the screens, are making us smarter or dumber? That's definitely a question that we should ask each other, especially for our children. Because I don't know if a lot of you guys realize these days that most of our kids are using glasses. Could that be from the screens? I know I'm talking to you guys on the screen right now, but at the same time, we must put limit on the things that we do, is what I'm saying. So it's just one of these things that TT Forever, thanks for checking in. It's just one of these things that I got going through my mind, about the screens. How exactly is it a good or bad thing? Excuse me. Please remember to chime in the comment box. Please remember to subscribe also if you haven't subscribed yet. If you have, appreciate that. Thank you very much. Please let me know. I want to hear each and every one of your contrasting opinion tonight, because it's an important topic. I think it's an important topic. I think it should be for all of us, because I don't know if you realize these days, everyone is walking around. Here's a telephone, and they're all doing this. They're all bent over, and they're with the phones in their hand. Not even to cross the street, they're looking up. So it's, for me, it's just, I'm just going through this thing like, wow, look, they don't even know if cars are coming. I don't know. Maybe they're just listening. But I think it's, the screen got them like in this mummification thing. I understand the screens are important. It has moved our technology. With screens and technology, we have moved into a different generation. We've done a lot more things we can do. I agree with that. But at the same time, excessive screen, is that hurting us? Will that be hurting the next generation? Should we have to wait 20, 30 years down the line to find out if it's hurting our next generation? Taishai says, screens are making us less intelligent. I read less since I start using smartphone. I hear that a lot also, that people are reading less. They put the books now on the screen, so they can keep you on the screen. That's what I think. But as I was saying, I remember I was just talking to my kids. I said, hey guys, you know what I realized? We live in this neighborhood, and I don't know that there are children living here with us until 8 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Why? Because the school bus come. If the school bus doesn't come, you don't realize all these children that actually live here, and I bet they're inside on the screen. So this conversation is just rolling, and I'm thinking that I'm looking at it and dissecting it, and I'm talking to these children, and I'm just like, hey guys, if you look at it, you guys go to school for 8 hours, you're on the screen for 8. We go to the doctor, you guys are doing your registration, and we're doing that on a screen. We're in the dentist, same thing. We're back on the screen. I mean, you can just drive down Times Square, and there's a lot of screens. So everything is a screen, screen, screen. You go to your local grocery store these days, and they want you to check yourself out on a screen. How healthy is that for us is the question that I'm asking. We don't go outside and play marbles anymore. We don't play hopscotch anymore. We don't play checkers. We hardly play checkers or chess anymore. And our kids these days, do they still remember how to write? I mean, how are they handwriting these days? I'm gonna put the just in case you guys want to chime in, give me a call or anything like that. Please remember to subscribe, guys. If you're just joining us for the first time, um, I put in the chat just in case anyone want to reach out. You can't write everything in the text. If you want to call me or anything like that, please feel free to do that. Jerome Whiteside said, "Salute, salute, salute." And so yeah, so back to what I was saying. So I'm looking at all these screens, and I remember a few years ago when they were just coming up with the screens. I remember, Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, they were limiting their kids on the screens. These are the people that built the thing, and they had limits for their own children on the screen. So what does that mean for us? Just a few months ago, Chinese government started to limit the kids on screen as far as games are concerned. They only limited to 3 hours each week. 3 hours each week. If you give the kids here 3 hours a day, they're crying. They want to have like, unlimited time on the screens. School screens, home screens. They want to take a shower with the screen. I was just talking to my 13-year-old a while ago. I said, are you going to take a shower with the screen? Because he had the phone in his hand walking right into the bathroom. So this is what I'm talking about. How good is this for the next generation? Is this making us smarter? Is it making us dumber? I mean, what is your opinion? Please chime in. Please jump in the comment box and chime in. If you feel like having a conversation, talking to me, please feel free to reach out and call me. I'm gonna put the link in the chat box again, and you guys can reach out and voice your opinion. Let me know how it is. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. These are just healthy conversations that we should be having every day. So every time I sit and think about it, I'm looking at Instagram, and they're announcing this whole thing that, oh yeah, we're gonna put this. I think they want to put a take a break feature on the Instagram or something like that, where kids can be limited, not just kids, adult. That if you're on the screen for a certain amount of hours, they'll say, hey, you need to take a break. And I think there's a reason for that. When you really look at it, I think we're understanding that it's going to start causing harm at some point if it hasn't already. Right now we don't know. The studies haven't shown quite, all the intricacies of the damages, if there's any that is doing to us. But I just always know that too much of one thing, is good for nothing. So it's just like anything you do in life. So that's why I am here tonight on this topic, about the screens. What do you guys think about the screens? Please remember to voice your opinion. Put your opinion in the chat, please, or call me, whichever one. A lot of people are saying that they're reading less, these days. Um, here we, let me read somebody here in the comment, please. Reading less. They are tech geniuses. Even kids under 5 now, know how to work the screens. TT Forever said that. I agree. I agree. These days, the kids are they are born with the screens in their hand. Sometimes they're crying, just telling the parents, hey, give me the screen. And the parents will submit and say, oh, here it is. They get the phone and they start to play. I don't know. I don't know if we're using the screens to educate our kids. We're using the screens to to grow our kids? Is it that we're not doing it like our parents did before, where we're actually doing the work, showing them what they need to learn, how to be better human being? Or we just say, hey, let's put the screens in front of them, and then someone else will teach them, and then we're here with less things to do, or do the things that we want to do. I'm not really sure. But please voice your opinion. See how we're doing. What do you guys think about China limiting screen for their children? It's too much screen. It's too much on the screen. Is it excessive? Is it affecting us? It is hurting us. Are we doing our society, our children, a justice, injustice? Please let me know. Please let me know, because I know this. All these government, these different countries are not just coming up with this idea out of nowhere. There must be some form of studies that their government or someone is looking at and saying, hey, maybe this is not a good, maybe it's not the greatest thing for us to just keep the screens going like this. So please please chime on in. I'm gonna read some of the comments here. Taisha said, my son's English teacher told me that each year goes by, students' reading and vocabulary are decreasing. I think so too. I think so too. The school that my kids go to this year, I realized they started just this year. They said, okay, we're going to focus more on writing again. So they're taking this back to a level. So we're rewinding and we're going back to teaching the kids how to write, to make sure they can actually write their name and write their name properly. So that's one of the things I saw, this year in one of my child's school. Um, Taisha, it's great you're having these conversation with your children. Yes, ma'am. Because if I don't have the conversation with my children, I don't know who's going to. I have their best interests at heart. And I'm trying to grow them into great individual, great human being, not just to think about themselves, but think about others. I don't know if these screens are the same, if they are the reason for why kids these days. I'm seeing that there's a lot more kids are wearing glasses. I'm hearing that there are a lot more kids are wearing glasses. They're more into the eye doctor than before. So please chime in. Please let me hear your opinion. Please jump on and give me your opinion. Let me know how you feel about the screens. You know, are these our new babysitter? TT Forever said, yes, screens are our new babysitters and teachers. Huh? True thing, true thing. Like I said, they do some good. I agree they do some good, but how much bad are they doing and we're not realizing it? Let's think about the metaverse. We're talking about going into the metaverse right now, the whole virtual reality. That's going to be a whole nother thing. Are we just going to live in the screen? Think about all of the health benefits and the negativity against your health. Because remember, if you're in the screen, number one, you're not eating like I see the kids doing most of the time. They can spend easily 6-7 hours sitting down in front of the screens and don't do anything. And um, number two, what I realized with them also, the health benefits, child obesity, that is a big thing these days. So what they're doing, because they're spending so much time there, if they get some snacks, they're just, oh, just a little bit of snacks, and just stay there. They're right there. They're not moving. So they spend their time hours a day when they're not doing other, the other little small things like going to school. Then they spend all those hours of the, just passing it, playing games, on the screens as they're just locked in. They're not getting up. The screen just got them hypnotized. No movement. They don't feel hungry. They're gaining weight. They don't realize the health benefits when you go to the doctor and the doctor says, hey, what exercise do you do? They said, oh, we don't do anything. We just play a game. So you only exercise in your fingers, I think, is a question they're asking. So I think we just have to here's another comment here from Miss Blue. Some parents use the screen to babysit their children. A lot of parents use the screen to babysit their children. I really agree with that one. Please, guys, remember to subscribe. Please support the channel. I really appreciate if you guys could just hit that subscribe button. I haven't got my bell yet, so if you can hit that bell also, that would be great. I really think Miss Blue also said it's sad that children do not know how to write in cursive. All that they do is type on tablets on cell phone. You're correct, Miss Blue. That is the world that we're moving into. I do know that these things are beneficial in some ways, but I just think that we're taking it a little bit too far. I think we should start, you know, I think we should use the screens for what they're made for, but at the same, don't overdo it. I talk to some people, and when they're telling me they're on the social media like TikTok, they can be there for hours. In each video might be only 30 seconds, and they could be just there. When they realize, they're like, wow, an hour, 2 hours has passed by, and they're watching all these videos still. So they find a way to hold them. They find a way to hold them, and I think that's what the whole metaverse thing is going to do. Once you start floating out in outer space and all into the virtual world, you're gonna feel like you're in the screen. You know, and why would you need to come out? Maybe you're gonna eat there, you know, maybe you're gonna drink there. I'm not sure, but you know, they're not gonna want to come out. And you're right, these days the kids are not writing anymore. You know, it's they're losing a lot of stuff. So please chime in, guys. Please let me hear your opinion. Please tell me how you feel about this. Am I right? Am I wrong? What do you guys think about the screens? You know, are screens making us smarter? Is making us dumber? You know, TT Forever says, but it's really the kids or the parents who enable and buy this stuff. That one is kind of tough on TT Forever because in the school system, they're giving them, the laptops. They're putting the system in their hand. So whether you buy it for them or not, they're coming home with it. You know, the school curriculum these days are designed in this way where they have it in their hands. So it's not much you can do about it. Like I said, it's in the doctor offices, in the school, everywhere you go, it's there. And if they don't have it and other kids have it and everyone else has it, you know they're gonna have this feeling of, wow, why am I not getting it? Am I not, and then you start to worry about, depression and mental health and so on and so forth. And this even affect mental health, the fact that excessive screen affects mental health. So it's one of those things that, you don't want it to keep going. You want the screens to help but not hurt as much as they help. And this is what I was, having this conversation about with my children. That's why I have to limit them. Personally, in my household, I have to limit the kids and how many hours a day, they're on the screens. It's every other day, on a school night, and it's no more than an hour. That's it. So I have to put my limit down because I don't want them to be looking at me 10, 15, 20 years from now and saying, hey, I'm going to blame you because you did not parent, you were not the parent for us because we didn't know. So that's why I'm saying, rather than them doing the parenting, I'm going to do the parenting. We're going to do the parenting, me and my wife. So like I said, I have to make the decision for them. Miss Blue said, exactly. Thank you very much. Taisha said, in my daughter's school, they're transferring books into tablets. Yes, they are. A lot of books right now are digital, no doubt about it. I think we have that in every school. So definitely that is something, that's worth talking about. These conversations, they're worth having because we don't know. And like I said, the people that built these things, they don't want their kids using it for certain, only for a certain amount of time. So if you're the one that design and build them and your children only use them for a limited amount of time, what does that mean for my kids? Does that mean that, you expect, but at the same time, they're building them to make money? They're not parenting your kids. They're not supposed to anyway. So it's just one of those things. Like I said, guys, please reach out to me. Let me know. Please chime in the comment box. Let me know what you think about this topic tonight. Please remember to support the channel. Don't forget to support the channel. Very important to me. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. Um, you know, Please let me know. Do you guys think it's one of these things that we're should we be going away from screens, limiting the time on screens? What do you guys think? Please let me know what is your opinion. What are your opinion on this topic? I would like to really have an idea. Am I doing it the wrong way? Am I doing it the right way? Where do I stand? And this is where we have to agree to disagree. Love to hear the opinion of each and every one of you guys out there. So please chime in the comment box. Let me know how you feel about this topic. Or the screen making us worse or better? Are the screen making us worse or better? Is it setting up a generation or a new generation for failure? Or is it helping? Please let me know what you guys think. Please put your in the comment box. Please chime in the comment box, please, or reach out to me. Let me know what you think. Miss Blue says exactly. But yeah, so that's exactly where I'm at as far as the screens are concerned. And I'm not sure if you guys have any other opinion as far as that is concerned. But all I know is, I see them every day. Taisha said here in Ireland, they're pushing coding lessons, especially targeting kids. Is this the same in the United States? Coding lessons, yes, we have coding lessons here, and we do know that they're pushing for the younger generation to be in coding, But I guess it's a little different from just being on the screens all day playing or whatever it is other ways. So that's the thing here. Artina Rochelle, she said, it's clear we live in a technology focused world. That's very, very clear. The children are not required to learn how to write in cursive, but my daughters can code like crazy. Love all the way from Toronto, Canada. Okay, all right, I hear you. But in the future, will we need to know how to write? I mean, are we just going away from something that we're going to need in the future? Will we have to relearn everything over again? Will it be just like one of those things where they can say, "Hey, you need to do this," and oh, I didn't learn that in school because we were doing coding and everything else. Shouldn't it be important to add this to what we already know, or to what the generation? We just build on generations, from what you knew before, and then you build on with your generation, then you move on to the other generation. I think that's important. Limiting is good. I agree. TT forever. Yeah, you have to put limits. Limits should be on these things, because what do those kids know? What do these kids know? They go out there and they're just doing whatever. Hey, we got a screen and we'll just do whatever. We'll just keep playing on it. Like I said, they don't get hungry, not on the screen anyway. Take the screen away from them for like 5 minutes and they'll tell you, oh, they need everything in the world. But as long as they're on the screen, nah, they're good to go. um, Please, guys, reach in the comment box, chime in, let me know how you guys are feeling about this topic tonight. I'm going to put my link here just in case anyone want to reach out, say hello. um, Please, let me know what you guys think. I know TT Forever says it's addicted for everybody. It's addicted for everybody. I agree. I agree. I see people walking all the time with their head down. Bright Star, good evening. How are you? Happy Tuesday to you too. Bright Star, that was just telling, that we have this topic tonight with, the screens, the consistent using of the screens. We're seeing, some places, country, and so on and so forth, that are cutting down the use of screen, limiting their kids on screen, making it, a minimum amount of hours per week on screen. And I wanted to get your opinion on, what do you guys think about, are we using excessive screen as human beings these days, because it's readily, easily accessible? It does most of the work for us. It's in your car, it does most of the work for us in our cars also. So that's why I'm wondering, are we just taking it a little bit out too much? Are we doing a little bit too much? Because, like they said, we don't hold a book anymore in our hand and flip the leaf and feel the crisp of the leaf. These days we're just like, oh, no, 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 no. We just grab the screen and we can flip on the screen and we can stop the page on the screen and so on and so forth. Taisha said we have to keep our culture, our own culture as Africans. Um, Written language is important. Tech cannot replace it. I agree. I agree. Tech can't replace it. Written language is important. We just have to add tech to the written language. I think this is where we're going. I think this is what we should do. Definitely think this is what we should do. To put some more comments in the chat, guys. Thank you guys for joining me this evening. Just remember, if you haven't subscribed it, please reach out and subscribe. Miss Blue says, Jason, you're doing the right thing with your children, limiting their screen time. Miss Blue, I hope I am doing the right thing. Thank you very much for those kind words. I personally think I'm doing the right thing. The kids sometimes don't think I'm doing the right thing. But what do they know about, what's right and what's wrong? I mean, they're still young. They have no idea what this world is. They just got in here and they're just learning a little bit about it. Give them a few more years and they'll come to respect and understand what I was doing and say, you know what, that guy was right. That old guy was right back then when he was doing what he was doing. So that's one of the things. And Bright Star said, I believe it's unhealthy mental and physical for our children and our lives. I agree. I agree, Bright Star. That's why people are crying for mental health all the time. It's a lot of stress just sitting around, just screen all day. Some people can pass the whole 24 hours doing it. So it's just one of those things. So it's you have to find a balance. We really have to find a balance because we get too addicted so quickly. That's Bright Star. I appreciate that. I think so too. I think so too. Now we have to keep telling these people where to find a balance. But like I said, people that are building the screens are not using them as much. So they must know something we don't. They're the one that put them together. So I don't know. I don't know. This is just my opinion on it. What do you guys think? Taishai, 13 and 10. Those are the age of the children. Um, yes. Someone said, yes, you're doing the right thing, Jason. Miss Waldron said that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think I'm doing, I think I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm learning as I go along this journey. Guys, like I said, if you need to reach me. You can reach me in the chat. Please subscribe if you guys haven't done so yet. I really appreciate that. Please subscribe if you guys haven't done so yet. That's important. If you guys could support the channel. Uh, okay, let's see. Julian Wilson says, I just wanted to say is it is mostly the games or the things they do on the screen because most children are changing because of this. That's what Jurian says. Miss Blue says, I would rather hold a book in my hand than read an ebook. I agree. The ebook has a thing about, the reflection of the lights. Try reading an ebook in the dark, and the lights just penetrate your eyes. I'm not sure how healthy that is for us. That's the only thing. Having a book, in your hands, it's just you feel the pages. We're not doing that anymore. These days we're getting away from the books. We're just going straight to the screens. We're just going straight to the tablet. Like I said, I'm not against the screen. I love technology. I like how it's moving. I just personally believe that we should calm it down a little bit. We should limit some of the stuff we do on the screens. Because if you can count your 24 hours in the day that you're given, you might sleep 4 or 5, and then the rest of it, you will be on a screen. You wake up in the morning, the first thing you do, you grab the screen, what's going on in our world. When you're driving, some people they have the screens in their hand. I look down on them from out my truck and I'm like, oh look, they got the screen. They're looking. The coffee in one hand, the screen is in the other. And then they have a screen on the front, running the navigation. So I'm not saying get rid of the screen totally. All I'm saying is, should we limit the screen? Is it making our kids smarter or is it making them dumber? No, coding is one thing. But at the same time, those people were coding the computers years ago before us. They were writing a lot better also. Tell them to write their name on a piece of paper. Tell them to write a paragraph. I'm pretty sure they know where to put all the commas, all the full stops, and so on and so forth. And their name going to look really good in cursive. No, that's not what it's going to be for the next generation. Screen Storyteller says, "Hi Jay, what's up, Screen Storyteller? How are you?" So yeah, this is where I'm at with this conversation this evening. Can we sustain this? Can we sustain this in the future for our children, for a new generation? Can we get help with using the screen? I mean, take Instagram for example. What they're going to do? They're going to limit our screens. So they're playing around with it also. Hey, you need to take a break. The cars sometime when you're driving, they're telling you, hey, take a break. You're looking at the screen for too long. You're looking down the road for too long. So I'm not sure. It's just one of these things. Miss Blue says, TT forever, yes. Oh, okay. A book is a wonderful thing. Okay, she's just responding. TT Forever says, young kids are easier to limit, but older teenagers a little harder. Yes, I agree. That's why you have to start early. I started early. I think is the best way to do it. Just like anything, from where I came from, they always tell you, you have to bend the tree from it's young because as it get older, you can't do anything with it anymore. You got to chop it down. You got to cut it down or break it. So that's the reason why you start bending it from an early age. So I think that's just one of the things. That's one of the things you do. You start early, you show them the path, and then they'll appreciate it later. I'm pretty sure they'll appreciate it later. They'll look at it, they'll know what you're talking about. Right now, they won't understand. Right now, they'll think, oh yeah, 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 he's not a good father, or he's an okay dude or something like that. Right now they're okay. Right now they're complaining in their mind. They don't tell me, but I know in their mind it's going over and over and over. But at the same time, I'm here to parent them. I'm not here to be their friends and their best friends and their this and their that. I am here to parent them and show them the right direction. I want them to be great individual. No, not just good individual, great individual, great human beings. Help themselves. Okay, where did I lose? Okay, am I back? Okay, all right, guys. Sorry about that. I think I just bounced something. My apologies. So that's the only thing. So it's just one of these things. We have to keep being parents, and think about these things. Think about these things. Think about the future of this generation and the next, and hopefully that what we teach these kids of this generation, they'll teach their kids going forward. And then we'll start doing these limiting on the things that we do. So it's like candy. We don't let them eat candy, 6, 7, 8 days a week, because if we do that, what's going to happen? They're going to end up in the dentist office, right? So we're not going to say, oh yeah, let's go get the bag of candy and that's what you're going to eat all day. You're going to eat 5, 6 days a week, and that's it. Just candy. Of course, it's bad for their health. So the same thing with the screens. We're not. Thank you, Bright Star. Yeah, same thing with the screens. You're not going to be on the screen 24 hours a day. It's bad. Like I said, I got my phone, and I see kids these days when they go out on the school bus and they just with the phone like this in their and their head are down. I'm just wondering if it doesn't hurt their back after a while. But it's consistently bending their head over and walking with the screen down. They don't even look across the street to see where they're crossing. So it's just one of these things that are going back and forth, in my head. I decided to have this conversation tonight because I see my own children, even after I put a limit on them as far as the amount of screens they should have. It's just one of those things. So, like I said, guys, please remember to like and subscribe. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. Like I said, I put my, just in case you guys want to have a conversation with me, you want to call in. I put my link in there just in case you guys want to have a conversation about this topic. Do you think the screens are, bad for us or not? Please. Uh, Taya Smith, love. Thank you very much for checking in. I appreciate that. Julian Anthony says there's a delay from his computer and what we're watching on him. Okay. Um, TR says um, AI doing all the work. If you don't use it, you lose it. Critical thinking skills and so on. Yes, we're losing all those critical thinking skills. We can't think anymore for ourselves. Everything is on the computer. Everything is on the calendar. Everything. We don't remember anything anymore. So what are we doing? Or we just giving up on utilizing the brain? Is that where we're going these days? We're just dependent, putting everything on the technology. So we're not using these things. Like she said, thank you very much, Judy G. Critical skill is important, and I hope the school system, little by little, they'll start realizing it, just like the Chinese have. And they'll start limiting the amount of time we're on the screen, because if the Chinese are doing it, and they want to be the leader of the world going forward, it must be something in it. There's a reason why they're doing it. There's a reason why they're limiting their kids on the screen. There's a reason why, Xi Jinping is coming in and saying, hey, we need to do this, we need to do that, and we need to make it different, because they already realize that this is taking control. This screen is taking full control. Like I said, I don't have anything against the screen. I just think we should have a limit, like all good things in life. So just keep that in mind, guys. Just remember, keep that in mind. As far as the screen thing is concerned, tell me what you think about it. Please jump in and let me know what are your comments on this one. Miss Blue says too much screen time is unproductive. You plan to go to social media site for a few minutes, and then a few minutes turn into a few hours, and you could spend that whole hour being productive. You're right, very right. Bright Star says, very true, Jason. Our memory start to fade. We can go easily go to the internet for answers. You're right. Everything we just type into Google, so we don't even need to think anymore. Let me see. It's the best thing to learn, the things that we've learned back in the day, because we're going to happen if there's a power outage or some sort of things. Okay, Bright Star. Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's just one of these things. Guys, please remember to put your comments in. Please remember to chime in the comment box. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Please remember to give me a call if you have something long you'd like to say, but can't, don't feel like writing that all, writing everything into that comment box. But yeah, this is where I would just, like I said, I just wanted to jump on today, voice my opinion. This is not going to be a long video. I just wanted to see if it was good or bad. Am I crazy for thinking it? Am I the only one that's thinking it? And this is my opinion as far as this is concerned. And I just wanted to see how you guys were thinking. So, with that said, I really, really appreciate you guys checking in tonight. Really appreciate you guys spending the time here with me. Really appreciate you guys, your comment back and forth as far as this is concerned. Please keep it in mind. Please remember, as you're raising your children, or you're watching your family member, or even yourself, to keep that in mind as we go forward. That what we can do, and how our productivity can help. But yes, please do that, and thank you very much for your time. Appreciate the time tonight. Please remember, to live, love, laugh, and learn. Thank you very much. Like we say in Jamaica, see you up on the next one.